Guys, it's your own boy, the one and only Great Dan, back with day 902 Star Drop opening. And again, we have a lot to talk about, but I just want to start off the video by saying that someone was suggesting I make the face cam a little bit bigger, or he just said bigger. Okay, so obviously I take comments and polls very seriously, but at the same time I wish I had something more concrete to work with, so I want to show you guys essentially. This is the outer cam. I have to switch back and forth. That's just the way the app works. It could be this big. It can nearly take up an entire fourth of the screen, right? But I think this is a bit too much, so I'm gonna take it back to, this is what I had it at, the smallest possible size. Maybe like this, right? This feels pretty good, so you guys can let me know in the comments. I'll try and leave it like this for the rest of the video. Again, if it's too big, at least I can move it around actively in the video, but at the same time, I didn't figure you guys cared too much to look at my face while having it in the video at the same time, but, you know. Anyway, we have demon drops today. I believe I even had them yesterday as well, if I'm not mistaken, so let's see if we have anything good. Starting with 50 power points.
Mythic!
We have a mythic. 50 bling. 176 XP doublers.
Rare.
A rare 10 credits is alright. And 100 coins. We also have the chaos drop.
Super rare!
Yeah. Super rare 50 power points. We also have the daily streak. Day 311 with a reward of 25 coins. Sindula or Noai Gloria. Wasn't that the same fortune as yesterday? Or at least it was very recent. Anyway, I do have the 6 daily wins, but again, first things first, as of the YouTube poll, I don't even think it's been a full 24 hours, but I am going to call it here, at least for this month. So again, this was very surprising to me, and I have no doubt it was probably still the club leader on 4 different accounts, but the majority poll vote was to stay in the current club, so that's what I'm going to be doing for at least the rest of this season, that is, right? The rest of this month, probably. And again, I've been in close contact with the club leader, so we're still going to be working out some changes in the club, see if they can't essentially appease me to stay anyway, right? Yeah. You know, because if this club changes to essentially what I want anyways, there any point in me leaving at all, right? Again, the majority issue for me and other people was simply just inactive players, or players who were active and then still actively chose not to do the club event, which I think is even more triggering. I know at least one of those people. I'm not going to say it. They know who they are. They know. But anyway, trying to think of what to go for here next. So we do have Mega HeartBroken Rico. I suppose I will do that here. But if we hop over to the quests, we also have a mega quest for 10 star drops. Again, I'll probably get that in tomorrow since we won't have the boss. But there's no special quest because we are having the date with Angelo RPG type thing going on here. Again, probably the best thing I can do is I'll go through the route once, try and see if I can't get the perfect date, and then I will do all the other ones behind the scenes. And if I find out, again, I'll probably wait till Ray Brawl Stars' video because he puts out exactly what the rewards are. And if you guys aren't aware, apparently you can still get the rewards after the date time has finished. I don't know if that's going to be the case for the very last one, but at least as of right now, I should be able to wait on any secret additional rewards. Again, as long as it's just like coins or other resources, it doesn't really matter, but I will try to get the rest of that on video. And okay, so this is something else I was talking to the other Star Drop opening YouTuber about. So we do have Lunar Lotus Willow in the shop, but I was highly suspect that they were taking out the love bombing mode so they could add a challenge so that we could win the Lunar Lotus Willow skin. If I'm being completely honest, I think I would have preferred that much over getting another shop offer. Again, paying the full price to get an additional 3 star drops, I'm really not feeling that. And something else they point out to me is that this is probably going to be a seasonal skin. That's true, but if it's seasonal, I'd much rather wait until next year to get at least some type of discount on this thing. I don't think it's worth paying full price for 3 star drops, so Again, it is here if you guys want it. It's a pretty neat looking skin. Definitely stands out against her other ones. Again, that's without even looking at the animations and in-game look, but of course it just looks very different, so I can see why you guys might want this skin. But even more exciting, we have the week Lunar New Year freebies, and it looks like some pretty interesting ones. Again, last time I think it was mostly resources, but we have a pin, an icon, a spray, an icon, a spray, so a good amount of cosmetics here to really move forward with. I don't think I ever use these ones too often, but they're, you know, still pretty neat to have. So we're starting with what looks to be almost looks like a laughing berry skin, but I don't think Mr. Star Horse has a skin that looks like this, at least not on the global version. Again, that's what I'll call it. Well, it's in reference to the fact, if you guys don't know, the Chinese version of Brawl Stars has some really crazy skins on there, so I wouldn't doubt they had a berry skin like that. But again, this thing lasts 5 days 15 hours, so let me see. It doesn't last long enough for the end of season opening, unfortunately, so I'm probably going to want to open up the chaos drops now. Also, am I tripping, or what? How are we already on step 2? I was online yesterday. I think that was probably the glitch, right? If you guys aren't aware, and I was talking again to someone else in my YouTube comments about this, is not everyone received their Mega Pig rewards. I clearly still haven't yet. I would have let you guys know already. But I think all this bugging was happening because the Lunar New Year event was probably supposed to release yesterday, it would seem. Because again, it's weird that we're already on step 2 when it just started, so I mean, I guess to be fair, it says there's about 6 days left, but we also have until step 8, so again, I could see it starting today, but additionally, it's just a little weird on the timing, that's all. But yeah, I guess I'm gonna open these here.
Epic!
2 epics, 100 power points, and 100 power points. Another 2. Okay, 2 legendaries.
Legendary!
And we're already starting off with a hypercharge, which is absolutely wonderful. Again, this is a pretty amazing hypercharge for Ollie. Again, the technique for playing Ollie is awfully tricky again, because you really do need to be a team player when you're playing Ollie. So the hypercharge is called Ain't No Half Supering. Again, I think we all know what it does though, so I'm not going to waste time on that. And 1,000 coins again. Very, very happy with that opening on the Chaos Drops. And we still have plenty of rewards to open up here again. Okay, and see, and that's where I'm even a little more suspicious, is it looks like the last 2 rewards open at the exact same time as well. Again, I'm guessing that's just to give everyone a little bit more time to make sure that they're claiming it on the last day, because obviously this whole thing goes away when it ends, so you guys want to make sure you're claiming your, I'll say daily freebies, but they're not technically daily. Ends. Okay, so the free chaos drop in the shop has got to be the compensation for the 87% stuck loading screen issue that apparently lasted for 3 hours yesterday. Again, you guys know I've really been trying to log in at 3 a.m. to catch what's going on in the shop, but again, you can see I'm uploading a bit, well, I'm uploading much later, I guess, but I'm recording later today as well, of course. But I'm guessing that's why we have a free chaos drop in the shop. The Brawlentine's block isn't compensation, if you guys aren't aware. Again, every time we get 20 million takedowns with the brawler we're supposed to be dating in the Brawlentine's event, we get a free love box regardless. But we weren't supposed to get a free chaos drop, so I'm guessing this is compensation for the 3-hour glitch that happened yesterday. But they might end up offering us even more compensation, because again, there's a fair amount of us that still haven't even received the Mega Pig 2 days later, so that's kind of worrying. Again, I put out a post yesterday, hopefully you guys saw it, about them telling me to use airplane mode and clear my game cache to bring the Mega Pig back. Obviously that's not going to work. I don't know why they would even suggest those things, but again, if you guys have ever interacted with Supercell support, they usually recommend the most ridiculous things you've ever heard of, and then after those things obviously don't work, then they look into it. So you just got to work with them. I guess they are still trying to do their job at the end of the day. But again, the free chaos drop, you'll notice also only lasts for the day, so definitely make sure to claim it. Again, it's got to be the compensation reward, that's why it only lasts for a day. But let's see what we have.
Super rare.
Yeah, super rare, but I already got a pretty good reward today, so 100 coins. And again, the Brawlentine's box lasts 10 days, 15 hours, just shy of the full season. So again, I can't think of a reason to hold on to it, unfortunately, so I'm just going to pick it up here. And I know the Ultra Mega Star Drop opening won't be happening until at least next month, but I'm still very excited for that as well, of course. But again, hopefully we get something good here. We got a $5, 69 coins, 50 bling, 50 bling, 50 bling, 34 credits, 34 credits. Again, not too shabby. I'm always happy to get some extra credits somewhere. Again, they are technically the most valuable resource in the game, if you guys don't know. Mostly because it's very hard to buy them outright. But actually, again, I shouldn't say that. You can buy them in the Chinese version, believe it or not. But anywhere else, you can't buy credits. Then we have some crazy Lunar New Year offers. Again, 50% off gems here, and then 35% off even more gems. Again, the $10 one is rather enticing, I must say. Again, $38 on gems is a bit much, even if it's at a smaller discount. I definitely don't think that's as good an offer, but I think you guys should definitely think about the 300 gem offer. But we have, what was it, 6-ish days to think about it? For pretty much everything in this Lunar New Year event, I suppose. Resource offer, definitely don't care about that, and even more resource offers. The only one that looks even slightly enticing to me is the gems there, so I will probably be thinking about that, but of course you guys can let me know. Should I pick up the Lunar New Year gems? We have the Brawlentine skins, but again, I'm more thinking about should I be picking up these Lunar New Year skins here, right? Ferocious Fang and Jade Agent Colt. Again, I just have other good skins for these characters, which is why I'm questioning if I should get them, despite the fact that they are on a decent discount and technically seasonally exclusive. Resource offer, again, just don't really want to get any resource offers. Daily freebie of 5 credits, as well as 15 coins. And again, I'm not going to show you guys the chat for the support page, but essentially they said they're looking into the Mega Pig issue right now. But as of today, I have 176 XP doublers and 216,770 power points. Again, I might end up getting a little more because I am going to quickly do the, I'll say, new Mega HeartBroken Rico boss. Again, we have supercharging as well as line of sight. Again, there's probably no reason not to play Edgar on this one. I'm thinking I did play Colt before. Again, those bouncy bullets can get really tricky if you're not careful, so I don't even know if Edgar can out-heal them if they're bouncing back and forth too much, so I'm trying to think. I probably should go with Colt again, right? I don't know. Again, the issue with Colt is if the friendlies or teammates I start playing with get a little too aggressive too early on, I'm gonna have no idea. So it looks like I probably got at least one new message from support. I guess I might as well open it up again. It never comes out as good on screen, I don't think, though. We greatly appreciate taking the time. Aware of the issue. Depending on your device, remember to make sure your app is updated. Did this answer all your questions? Of course it didn't answer all my questions. I think, again, if you guys think I'm being critical here, I think I literally have to respond to this to get them to respond to me again. It says we're aware of the issue and our game team is doing the best to fully solve as soon as possible. Okay, I'm still waiting. Again, I'm only doing this so that they'll stay in contact with me and I'll get a response as to what's going on. Again, I know it sounds crude, I'm not trying to be aggressive there, I just actually want to get a response once they fix it, that's all. And obviously once they fix it, we're going to see that they fixed it because I'll be getting my Mega Pig, but again, yeah, I think I'm going to start with the Brawlentine's boss, and then I'll come back for the Angelo date, but hopefully we get some good rewards here, and let's see. Alright, back with the first win. We have a rare of 50 coins. And again, I end up getting an almost AFK Colt there. But you'll notice I went with Kenji. Again, the one thing he can boast, obviously his DPS isn't going to be as high, but he has those invincibility frames, so it shouldn't even really matter too much. again, I just have to be careful if the boss is dashing or not. So again, I'm probably gonna try and run Kenji through this whole thing, and let's see what happens. Alright, back with the second win. Yeah, rare of 100 XP doublers. And again, the Rico does appear to have some kind of explosion or something if you get too close to him, but obviously, at least Kenji has enough range where he doesn't have to be right on top of the boss here in order to get enough super to just start supering infinitely, luckily. And he doesn't get hit by the weird explosion thing that happens as long as he's in his invincibility super form. So yeah, again, there's a little bit of strategy here as it goes on, but let's keep going. Alright, on to the third win.
Legendary.
A guaranteed legendary on the first tap is kind of crazy, from rare to legendary immediately. Well, I'm not going to question it. Maybe we can get 2 hypercharges. Let's see. Okay, still another free 1,000 coins. Can't complain there. But again, just to give you guys an idea of how ridiculously powerful Kenji is here, I had a Crow teammate let me get all the cubes, which was nice, but then they went down, and because I was infinite supering, the boss doesn't attack. The boss doesn't even really move. I mean, the boss is technically attacking because I think it just generally spits out a few bullets regardless. But I'm technically not even being registered as on the map. I'm using the super so fast, so the boss doesn't even really move. It's this boss might actually even be easier if you're just playing it solo, which is weird to think about, but obviously only if you're using Kenji here. So of course I'm going to keep going forward with this, and let's see what happens. Alright, back with the fourth win.
Mythic.
Yeah, it's a mythic. 200 power points is alright. And again, even just having the boss move slightly here can mess up your entire run. So again, it might even be a better idea just have your teammate keep dying immediately just so the boss isn't moving if you're looking for the easiest possible set of wins. Or if you're really crazy, you could just pull in 2 Kenjis. Again, I don't think it'll let you pick that in the actual lobby for obvious reasons. It usually never lets you pick 2 of the same brawler in a mode. However, if you just happen to get matched with another Kenji, you're probably just gonna win, you know, if you're both just infinite supering. But again, let's keep going. Alright, on to the 5th win. Did end up taking 1 loss there, again, mostly just because I had a Moore's teammate that got the boss down too low too quickly. And the boss moved, again, like I said, and then I just ended up dying. So anyway, we have the Chaos Trap. Let's see what we have. Okay.
Mythic.
Another 200 power points. Again, still getting a pretty hefty amount of resources here, so it's not too shabby, but we do still have the final impossible 4 boss reward to get here, so let's see what happens. Alright, so I'm back with the 6th win. Again, I think it took me about 3 or 4 losses there. Again, the real issue is teammates that are still taking the difficulty up too much before we get all the boxes, and the boss just moving in general. It's basically just spam the super if your teammate goes down, because the boss isn't moving. So again, I think that's basically the best thing you can do. So if you're playing with Kenji in this challenge, again, maybe let that person get all the cubes and maybe just die immediately so the boss won't follow you while he's supering. Again, it is actually just ridiculously easy to win at that point if you do that. So anyway, for the love box, we have a 5 box starting with 67 power points, 67 power points, 69 coins, 69 coins, 67 power points, 67 power points. So yeah, nothing too crazy there, but again, we did get that really good chaos drop pull today. So let's head over to the news tab for the Angelo date. Again, I have no idea how this is gonna go. Again, see if we can't get the perfect date on the first try here. Again, should I be trying to do the voices for this? I don't think I could. Hello, gorgeous. As you... I almost sound like the Discount Joker meme, actually. Hello, gorgeous. As you can see, I'm just a kill, but don't worry, you're safe from my bite, unless you ask nicely. Let's see how this goes. Okay, so let's go dancing and gossip about everyone we run into. Well, how about you show me how to use that bow and arrow of yours? The most romantic place on earth, the Love Swamp. I guess dancing and gossip, again, that's the only thing I said I even know about this character. Oh, I'm living for every word coming out of that gorgeous mouth of yours. Let's work it, baby. Well, 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 all the lovebirds are out tonight. I'm the conductor of every runway heart in Star Park, so feel free to ask me about them. Okay, Edgar has feelings for Colette. What? Oh, there's 4 choices here, jeez. What about Pam and Jae Young? Spill the tea about Buster, shall we go to the bar? Well, again, I know Willow and Angelo are friends, so let's make the gossip even bigger, right? I don't even know if I want to know what the rest of these choices entail, so we'll go with the bar. Oh, my sister from another mister. Yeah, totally. I've got some gossip pending with her. It's too long to update you, but listen carefully. You're sassy enough to fill in the gaps. I'm not pulling up the YouTube video here, but again, I'm wondering if that's an unlisted video. That might actually be a secret here. Okay, time to serve Valentine's opulence to the dance floor. Come closer, darling. It's my moment, finally. I have to ask about the Buffy. Angelo doesn't have any Buffies. Is that a Buffy in his pocket? Oh, I wish, but no, of course not, silly. I don't have a Buffy yet. No more follow-up questions. My turn. Okay, so that wasn't the best set of choices, unfortunately. Before I sashay away, answer me this. Okay, so we're on to the final question here. Choose the final answer with the community. What do you think about my outfit? Amazing? Like, 29 gems amazing, so that's obviously not the right choice. If dressing up were an art, you'd be a masterpiece, darling, or can I put you on top of a cake and eat you up? Man, okay. I think it'd have to be the masterpiece one, right? I don't know if Angela wants to be a wedding cake decoration, but it's obviously one of those two. I'm still gonna put out a poll today. I hope no one's choosing 29 gems amazing. That's a kind of an insult. Despite, let's be honest here, there are some really good 29 gem skins that some people actually wish were higher rarity, and I totally agree with that, but I have to say it's the masterpiece art one. I don't know. That's my opinion, but again, this one is for PowerPoints, so again, with Buffy's in the game, maybe you guys care more. I don't know if I'll be too insulted if we end up getting 1000. Looks like we're doing better on this one already than the other one, though. I do definitely have to wonder what the perfect date with Angelo is. I shouldn't have asked him about the Buffy in his pocket. He didn't even say what it was. It wasn't a Buffy, whatever it was. Maybe it's one of those secret tapes that Amber had or something. But yeah, again, I don't want to spoil anything. Ray Brawl Stars made a great video on that if you're looking for things coming to the future of Brawl Stars, of course. But of course, I want to hear, did you guys end up getting anything good from your freebies, whether that either be from the Broken Heart Rico boss, from the freebies in the shop, or if you just had some fun with the Angelo boss here. Again, let me know what you think the best choice is going to be to get us this maximum 2000 PowerPoint reward. And again, I'm going to keep working with the current club and see if we can't make some improvements here, of course. And I hope that's covering everything. Again, the only other thing I can really say is for any of us that didn't get the Mega Pig, we're still waiting on that. But yeah, other than that, quite a bit going on in Brawl Stars today. So, oh, of course, the last thing, I did make a bit more progress again around Legendary. It's really just getting those bad random teams that really seems to push me back here, I'll say. Again, I won't pretend I'm always playing the best, but the majority of the time I'm taking losses here. The teammates are just making weird choices or making decent choices and then just not playing well. So again, I'll try and hit Masters today at least, but other than that, of course, let me know how far you guys want to get by the end of ranked today, and let's see how far I can take this, guys.